Hey guys, it's Tammy. So before I start this video, I think I do owe the people that do watch my videos an apology for not posting for like the last 2 or 3 weeks. Oh my gosh, that sounds so incredibly bad. My reasoning behind it is because I have been very busy with school studying. I also have work, so I have to fit studying in with work and my exams and things like that. My last exams are next week, so yay, I can finally, kind of work in this as well. I don't want people to think that I'm not committed to this. I am very committed and I want to post more videos, so I'm going to work harder in doing that, especially because I've only just started the channel and I want to be able to show people that this is what I want to do and that I do love doing this because I just have always wanted to do this. So I am going to try to post more frequently, like once a week, usually every Sunday, like I was doing. It was just that, school is first priority and that is, my main thing right now, what I'm worrying about and focusing on. And if you do follow me on Twitter, you will see my tweets and that'll just let you know. So follow me on Twitter if you aren't already. My username is CassieDavisOMC. So on to today's actual video. So as the title of the video would state, I did donate blood today and I'm so happy that I did do it and I decided to just go for it because it is such a good cause. You saved 3 lives doing this and it's just an amazing feeling, I can tell you that now. So I've been wanting to donate for a while now. My sister did and a lot of other people at school did as well, because at my school basically once you're 16 and older you can go donate blood. So the year 11 and 12, so the seniors at my school, we don't go to sport on Fridays. We either have the choice of going straight home or we get to stay back, or if you are willing you can go and donate blood while everyone is at sport. So yeah, I finally was just like, I need to do this, I want to do it so much. And I finally just went for it with 2 of my friends and I was like, I'm gonna do it because, how I thought it was okay, because I was scared of the pain, and how I thought of it was, it's going to be a second of pain for me, but a lifetime of pain for someone else who is suffering and needs the blood. So I jumped in and I went for it. I was actually going to donate blood 2 weeks ago, but this time 2 weeks ago I was on the Vinnie's camp, so I was unable to, especially because I was doing activities and stuff, so it would have not been a good idea to do it. So then finally, 2 weeks later, it came and I did it, and I'm just going to kind of give a rundown of what happens and things, just because, me for instance, I was scared that it was going to hurt. So that's just what my main thing about this video is. My main message for this video is, if you are thinking about donating blood, if you have ever thought about it and you know that you are able to, then do it, because it's just amazing and it doesn't hurt. I can tell you that now, it does not hurt. So basically what we did was, throughout the day you have to drink lots and lots of water. And let me tell you now, you'll be visiting the bathroom lots and lots of times, because that water just goes through. It goes right through you. And I drink a lot of water, but I don't drink that much water. So it was really kind of difficult for me. But yeah, you just have to drink lots of water and you have to eat food before you come. They suggest salty foods and whatnot, so definitely do that. When you get there, basically we got picked up in this Red Cross van, and they just took us there, and while we're in there, the man gave us a popper because it's got sugar in it, and then he gave us these forms and we just had to fill them out. They're basically yes no things, and you just gotta tick yes no whatever, and just a few little things you have to fill out. And then when you get there, you hand up your clipboards to the person at the front desk, and then they ask for your ID, and then you give them your ID. Then basically you just wait a little bit, and then you get called in to these interview rooms individually and you get interviewed. That does sound very scary. I was kind of scared about that. I was kind of oh, this is so weird, that part was kind of freaky, the way they're you're going to an interview room, you get interviewed. It was kind of felt like you were on a CSI show or something, and you're getting interviewed. But it was nothing like that at all, especially because the man I had, he was so funny and he was so good, and they really do try to make you feel calm and relaxed, and if you are nervous, they're like, don't worry and stuff, so it was really good. So basically what you do in there is, well, before you go in, you get weighed and you have to tell them what you weigh. They also measure your height. They take like your, like, is it the pulse thing, I think? I've never had that done before, so it was really weird because it like goes on you and it's really tight and it starts like pulsing, and I was like, what is this kind of thing? So yeah, they just do that, and basically they just write all this stuff down. Then they basically just go over what you ticked and just make sure kind of thing, and make sure that you're feeling well. And you know, they kind of just ask you kind of little questions here and there, nothing like major or anything. But then they have to prick your finger. Okay, I asked people who had donated blood before, I'm like, does it hurt? Because that was my main concern. And they were like, the pricking part really hurts. That's the part that hurts the most. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that was the part I was most petrified for. So then the guy, when he did it, like he got the like cloth thing, and I knew what was going to happen, and I was like, oh gosh, and he started laughing because he knew that I knew what was about to happen. And I was like, this is the worst part. I've heard like it's really painful and stuff. And he explained to me that they have actually changed the things that they prick you with. They used to do one and it was a lot more painful, so they've changed it so it's less painful. So I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna take your word for it. And basically, like, I covered my face. I had my eyes closed and I was like that. That's what I was, because I didn't want to watch him prick me. And I literally said to him, talk about Katy Perry to me. That was what I said to him, and he thought that was funny. And then he, like, my eyes were covered, he did it, and my first reaction was, is that legit? I actually did say that because it was so quick and it wasn't really painful. It was kind of like someone was just pinching you, but it was so quick. Like, I was just amazed, and he thought it was funny, my reaction, because I was just like, everyone's telling me that it hurts and stuff. So basically that's pretty much all that happens in the interview room. You just have to sign some things in front of them, and then you go into the waiting area, kind of the seat, and then they call you up, and then that is when kind of like the whole needle thing begins. It is not scary. Okay. It was scary because it was my first time and I didn't know what was going to happen. It didn't hurt. So basically you're just like on this chair, and like the person doing it, they're just like asking you questions, trying to make you feel comfortable. They try to find like the vein in your like arm. I had one, the lady checked my right arm and there was one but it was little, so she moved to my left arm and then there was a bigger one there. So they just did it, so I got it in my left arm, as you can tell. And yeah, they just kind of, it takes longer to kind of prepare for it. I looked away because I do not like watching needles go into me, or anyone for that matter. So I looked away, and they give you this thing to squeeze, so when you do it, you're like squeezing it, so you're like focused on that kind of thing, and that was good because then the pain is like not as bad. And yeah, she put the needle in, and it was like a little sting, like I've had needles worse than that at school. You know when you have to get like the needles done at school, or you can go to the doctor to get it done? We had one year and it was so bad, like it was like a bee sting, like 10 times worse. Where this one was just like a slight little sting, and then it went away, and then there's just my blood chilling next to me, just going into this like bag thing, and I'm just like, okay, cool. So yeah, that's basically all that happened, and the actual time frame it takes to take the blood, it's like 5 to 10 minutes. Over really quickly. I was just like tweeting. I was just on my phone, and yeah, they just make sure you're comfy. Like she gave me a blanket and stuff as well because it was kind of cold in there. My teacher came over because one of our teachers was with us, and he came over and he's like, "That's the most relaxed I've ever seen you before, I think," because I was just so relaxed. Like, I think it was because of like all that, like you overthink situations in your head, and these were one of the things, like you thinking it's going to be so bad, it's going to be painful, and then it was kind of like it's not that bad, and then you could just kind of relax, and so that was really good. It was relaxing for me. I was like, yeah, it's cool. Then they just take the needle out. That didn't hurt me either. And then you kind of have to sit there for a while, and they give you another drink, like another popper, because you have to drink in that afterwards, especially being a first timer, because you know you've never done it before. So you just sit there for a while, then once you're done you go into like the food area and they start giving you food and stuff and drinks. They ask if you want milkshakes and things like that and chips, and it's really cool. They're all really friendly there and there is nothing to worry about. Like, I was freaking out, and one of my friends, she hates needles. She is absolutely terrified of them, and she did it without a trouble. Like, she thought she was going to cry, and I think by law or something, like, they're not allowed to put the needle in. If you cry and they haven't put the needle in yet, they're not allowed to put it in. So yeah, she was like, oh, and they did it and she was fine. So if you are someone that is petrified of needles, my friend was absolutely petrified and she was so scared. She was really nervous the whole day, and she felt really sick at one point because she was like so scared, and she did it and she was so happy, and it's definitely worth it. If your school doesn't do it, I suggest going with like a group of friends or something. It is really fun. You can go onto the website if you're from Australia, the Red Cross Australia website, and you take like a little mini quiz to see if you're able to do it, and there's all these questions there, frequently asked questions that you can check out. It's just really good. I will definitely do it again. They've changed it. You used to be able to do it like every few months or so, but they've changed it now to if you're under 18, so 16 and 17, you can only donate once every year. So that is a big change. So because of that big change, that means that they need more donors and they need more people to do it. You know, just think like you do it once and you've saved 3 lives. So they do need a lot more people to do it. As soon as you hit 18, you can do it every 3 or 4 months or so, I think. So that is really cool. Yeah, so this time next year I can do it again from then onwards. And then after April, my birthday, I can go more often as well. So I definitely do it again. It was really good. You can't like do physical activity afterwards. So if you know you have like something on afterwards that, like, you know, you might have a sport or something you go to, if you can maybe not go that day. So I encourage you guys to donate blood wherever you're from. It is so good because it's such a good cause. They're so friendly there, like they make jokes and stuff, try to calm your nerves, and they just make sure that you're comfortable, and you know, they really do care about how you're feeling and whatnot, and they make sure that you're eating and you're drinking and everything like that, and they just take such good care of you and you feel so good afterwards. And it is really not that scary. Like, it was scary at first, but as soon as you do it, like, it was a breeze, and I really encourage you guys to do it. You get a sticker as well, that's cool. So they just bandage it afterwards, and then I have a band-aid because they pricked my finger and it was bleeding, obviously. So that is my donating blood experience. I hope I can do more of these videos in the future and things like that. Comment below if you have ever donated blood or if you were thinking about it, because it is an amazing cause and they really need donors. They really, really need it, and it doesn't even take long and it doesn't cost anything, and there's just nothing more I can say except just do it, just go for it, just take that leap and do it because it is amazing. So I guess I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye guys!